teams have done a great job building up their programs. Stanford has really built up on every performance this season, and Oregon State has also gained momentum as well.
And a lot of that momentum, Oregon State from Jade Carey, the Olympic gold medalist, was extraordinary last week with 2 more perfect 10s.
What is there not to say about Jade? She is an extraordinary gymnast. She is fierce, consistent, brings the difficulty. She is driven in everything that she does. And she has really come into her own, embracing that student-athlete life with her sassy, spunky personality.
That superb showing in Corvallis earned Carey Pac-12 Gymnast of the Week honors for a 2nd consecutive week, 5th time this year. Quite simply, she's a transcendent talent with the numbers that you see fitting for one of the best gymnasts in the world. For Stanford, Brenna Nolt on Monday on the road to Seattle was dominant. New career highs in 3 events in the all-around.
Brenna is such a beautiful and spectacular gymnast, and she is completely in love with this sport, and she also enjoys the work and everything that goes into this process, which has built her confidence. She smiles throughout her floor routine, and the coaching staff really enjoys working with her.
It is senior night here at Maples Pavilion, a chance for Stanford to post its first undefeated season in home meets at Maples in program history with a win tonight. Beavers and Cardinal, Friday night gymnastics straight ahead on Pac-12 Network. The action will be heating up inside Roscoe Maples Pavilion, getting ready for Stanford and Oregon State. We mentioned the word momentum at the outset. Both these teams have loads of it. For Stanford, coming off a showing on Monday at UW that had them crack 197 for the first time this year. In fact, their best performance in a regular season meet dating back to 2016 for Tabitha Yim's team. Tabitha's done a magnificent job here at her alma mater, her 6th season. She has transformed the profile of the program, getting it back to the national stature that she helped build when she was a brilliant gymnast here on the farm. A 14-time All-American, most in school history. Matching wits tonight with the longest tenured coach in the Pac-12. Tanya Chaplin has spent a lifetime in our sport here in the Conference of Champions, going back to her glorious days in Westwood as a remarkable gymnast at UCLA. She is a 6-time Conference Coach of the Year, winning the honors most recently last year. We chatted with Tanya the other day, and she said, this team has such a stellar work ethic. Sometimes I have to tell them we have to pace ourselves.
And I remember she mentioned the importance of depth as well. You know, competing in and out every weekend can be very taxing on the body. So that's where depth is going to come in. And the gymnast may not want to rest. I get it. But we got to think of longevity when going through Pac-12s and regionals and nationals.
Getting closer to that big month of March we were talking about. 105th all-time meeting. Beavs have controlled the head-to-head competition with a 70-34 advantage. 51-30 in regular season meets. Stanford has capitalized on their home setting over the years here in Palo Alto, a 12-10 advantage. In fact, Stanford's won the last 2 meetings, including a blockbuster performance last year in the Seattle Regional. Here's how they'll line up. Stanford, in the Olympic order, starts on the table. Statistically, this is their most challenging event. They're number 30 in the nation. However, as I alluded to, they were dialed in, defeating Washington for the 2nd consecutive meet that worked in the scheduling on Monday with a season high 49-175. Their NQS just below 49, and for the only time tonight, senior night, will seed Jade Krobach, a brilliant performer in Canada, member of the Canadian national team, won team gold at the Commonwealth Games in 2018 in Australia. Only a 9.675 in her last routine on Monday. Had issues with her landing. Season high 9.775, personal best 9.9.
Your tank go full, 9.95 start value. She did come up a little short. Her chest was down, so the judges will take off for that hop forward.
But redemption from the wobbly moments last time out on Monday. Short week for the Cardinal, having to get back from the Northwest to go head-to-head against another team in the Northwest, Oregon State, on bars number 21 in the nation. Their most challenging events, but that tells you how comprehensive the approach has been. And they also are looking for specialists in this discipline. In the leadoff role, it's Carly Beeman competing in her only event tonight, the sophomore from Golden, Colorado.
Beautiful blind to straddle Jaeger. She's going to go down to the low bar doing a packed salto. She has beautiful lines, very fluid, flowing from one skill to the next. Beautiful stalder to her dismount, double tuck. Just the slightest scooch forward, but very good start for the Beavers.
Well, she's been in the leadoff role every meet this year. We saw further evidence of her beautiful lines. Back-to-back 9.85s for personal best the last 2 times out.
And this is a skill you don't really see very often. It's a stalder, very difficult, directly connected to a double tuck dismount. And she made sure to get those heels together, so that was great.
So a quality start for both teams. We will turn our attention to the athlete that we mentioned at the beginning for Stanford, Jade, a 9.75. Brenna, one of 3 all-arounders for the Cardinal. Mentioned the career highs on Monday, including a 9.95 on bars. She went 9.85 on vaults for a season high.
Intricate vault right here. It's called a Laconi. She does a Yurchenko entry with a full twist onto the table and a pike out of it. Very difficult. And she just does it so well. It's spectacular. There's another look right here. She twists her body in a full 360. Chest may be a little slightly down, but just a little scooch, and the judges, I think, will give a great score for that.
That 9.85 on the table on Monday, her only score sub 9. 9.95 is mentioned on bars, 9.95 on beam, 9.9 on floor. As the scores were impressive across every column. Savannah Miller, the freshman from Waterford, Michigan. First of 2 events. We'll see her later on floor as we await the confirmation of the score of Carly Beeman. That'll allow Savannah another moment to get mentally focused. She's got to stay in the moments. On bars, today is her 4th bars routine. Her best in this freshman year, a 9.7 2 weeks ago against California.
She's a great bar swinger. Maloney, directly connected to a packed salto. Beautiful toe point. She's working really hard to keep those legs and toes squeezed together. Dismount, winding it up, double layout, and stuck that landing.
You can immediately judge how much her teammates were impressed, and yeah, we're coming from timber country. Gotta take down the tree here in Palo Alto.
I always love seeing the momentum that the gymnasts get. Winding up for their dismount. Double layout, body completely stretched open. They were definitely happy with that.
Well, that's going to be new personal best, undeniably. Brenna, very close to that 9.9 that was the dominant number last time out. On Monday, another all-arounder for the Cardinal on senior night here, senior Chloe Winder.
Yurchenko full, beautiful, very solid, very clean. Great control, great form. She knew exactly where she was in the air. And remember, this is not out of a 10.0 start value, and 9.95, so you really want to be as perfect as possible, and she just about reached it.
Chloe's personal best at 9.9, went 9.875 last week for her season high. For Brenna Nolt, at 9.875, making history. She really has raised her performance as of late. That matches her personal best. Savannah, right in the vicinity we thought with a 9.85. Another bar specialist, Ellie Weaver, in the 3rd position. Another underclassman. This is a young Oregon State team, the freshman from Vancouver, Washington. We can let you know, as you saw, Carly Beeman went 9.725 in the leadoff role.
She has the most beautiful toe point. You're going to see right here on those handstands. Full pirouette, directly connected into a ginger. Her handstands are locked in, very clean. Another full pirouette to a double tuck. And another stuck landing.
This has been a impressive start for both teams. Ellie, two-time level 10 national qualifier, won the Washington State title on bars in 2019.
It's a really good angle right there to see that handstand. That's exactly what the judges are looking for, that direct vertical.
Weaver with a personal best 9.9 last week. Speaking of 9.9s, that's the score for Chloe Widner, matching her personal best on the table. Well, it is a Stanford team that has a nice blend of youth and experience, but if we're talking about the leaders on this team, clearly Maddie Burnett in her 5th year is one of them. That was big time.
Really great vault, another Yurchenko full. Great distance, good height. And from the angle we saw, she just needs to squeeze her legs together when she gets onto the table. And all she needs to do is open those hips so she can take out that hop back.
First of 3 events for Burnett, who went 9.8 on Monday. Career high 9.85 week 1 in the Super 16 in Las Vegas. Scores building for the Beavs, a 9.875 for Weaver. For the only time tonight here is Francesca Casso from Southern California, freshman from Santa Monica. Her parents, Mark and Beatty, both members of the U.S. national team. Oregon State had to count a fall last week, still broke 197 in the win against Arizona. It was Francesca who sat down on the landing, just a 9.3, looking to bounce back tonight.
Beautiful transition up to the high bar. That's called a Van Leeuwen. Double tuck dismount, and she actually doesn't open double tuck. She doesn't grab her leg, so it's a little more difficult. You really got to work that core.
Francesca appropriately with a personal best 9.85 and the tie Oregon State achieved against UCLA back home in SoCal.
Another stalder right there, right before her dismount. Her arms right by her side. Just needs to take out that step.
Stanford with a 9.825 from Burnett, in position to drop the 9.75 from Crowbach. Here is the freshman from Fair Oaks, California. Carolyn Wynn, first of 2 events. We'll see her later on the floor.
And see Yurchenko full. Had to take a little hop forward, but she has so much power, and that vault was very clean. Really good form as well.
Well, you mentioned the power. That got her 6 different California State vault championships as she competed for technique, gymnastics. Went 9.75 on Monday, personal best of 9.85 against Cal.
She got really good distance on that. I think she just needed to get a little more pop off the table to rotate that twist around so she's able to land more vertical, then with her chest and shoulders down.
9.8 flats for Francesca, 1 and done. Another bars specialist, and Jennifer McMillan, another freshman from Charlotte, North Carolina, competed for Southeastern Gymnastics. 2021 level 10 bars national champion. She had some issues with the low bar a couple weeks ago, raised it twice. Last time out a 9.8 personal best, this year 9.85.
Beautiful Maloney to pack salto. Double layout. Almost hung on to it. Had to take that step, so the judges may take about a half a tenth from that. But very good routine.
And so far, it's been a comprehensive effort by both teams.
Another look at her dismount, double layout. And you were seeing she was trying to fight for it, and that was a good fight. So that's exactly what the coaches want to. You want to fight for every 10 because we are kind of moving past that middle season ground. We're getting closer to Pac-12s.
Nearly a 9-8 for win in the anchor position, a freshman that her coach Tabitha Yim had so many outstanding things to say about. It's Anna Roberts, the third all-arounder for the Cardinal tonight.
That was good.
Yeah, that was really good. Personal best 9-9 on Monday for the fourth time this year. The freshman has already won 4 full titles.
Really excellent in the air. Legs and toes squeezed together. She opened up at the right time. That's what air awareness is, and it comes in handy when you're looking to stick that landing or dismount.
The connection to Stanford was evident, as we'll move now to one of the best in the world, as Roberts competed the same club in Seattle as Maddie Burnett helped recruit Anna to the farm. Jade Carey's tied for 9th in the nation in this discipline. Her NQS a 9.925.
It's the packed routine. That release move is called a hard wash. That is a full twisting hack salto down to the low bar. She's going to finish off this routine with a full in. And I think she's just improved so much on this event.
Oh, she stuck the landing. The first team All-American last year. You'll recall she had a perfect 10 on bars against Arizona State. Season high, 9-9. She matched that last time out against Arizona.
Here's another look at her dismount, full in. And you see how she landed right above her. You're really looking for those shoulders to be right above your hips. You really just want to land straight up and down, absorbing that landing, keeping those knees soft. And she does exactly that. That is why she is the top gymnast in the country.
Phenomenal. Remember, she and Jordan Childs of UCLA both came directly from their latest outstanding performance at the World Championships, where they won gold, 6 consecutive World Team title, and you saw the digits. Give Jade Carey another perfect 10. She is magnificent. So we witness history tonight at Maples Pavilion. As you said at the beginning, what cannot Jade Carey do?
Exactly.
My goodness, she is extraordinary. Well worth savoring every moment of another magnificent routine for the best in the nation, one of the best in the world. Perfection from Jade Carey. A perfect 10 on bars to go along with a pair of perfect 10s last week against Arizona.